favorite item to watch runners use is actually the Cane of Burna. It adds for good strategic routing because you have to worry about your magic consumption.
Well, I'd be lying if I said that was the same thing I was gonna say. Hey, 3 bombs. I actually also like the Burna start because it's wow, synced root equals. Wow, they are in perfect sync. But yeah, I like the Cane of Burna, not necessarily as a good starting weapon, but it's also kind of, again, fun to mess around with, because you have to be very technical with your magic usage. But also, I honestly just like using it to kill blind. Just hug them to death.
Well, yeah, blind is definitely good with Burna, and they get bow early.
Oh, that's good. That's a really good start.
Yeah, getting it first.
Oh!
He wasted a bomb.
That could be huge.
Yeah, it definitely could be, but getting an early bow is definitely one of the items, and we get a map check.
Oh, all right. Hera and Eastern are 2 pendants that we don't care about. Desert is a crystal.
That's definitely good, and as I was trying to say, the bow is definitely one of the items that can be totally dipped somewhere that you just go searching for. So getting it early and out of the way is definitely something that'd probably be comfort to these 2 guys.
Now, just a quick talk about that pedestal check here, or that map check rather. Sorry. That puts pedestal really high up there. It depends on what the green pendant is, but more importantly than that, we're guaranteed a medallion. That we need a medallion at some point.
Oh, absolutely. Getting 2 medallions in the light world. I mean, 2 pendants in the light world. If, say, like, the other pendant is Thieves Town, which is generally just clearable right away, is definitely a make for Ely Pet Seed.
Yeah. But it's still relatively early to think about what could be on pedestal, so we'll save that for later. 5 rupees in this second guard checkpoint. Nothing really good in terms of progression other than that bow. And, of course, the bombs.
Nope, and they're trying to make their quick way through. They're doing quick work. The bow is one of the easier items for quick kills to get for a faster escape, so that's always nice to look see.
Going with a pot and 2 shots for firewoodking. Very nice. Well, there's the powder.
Well, I guess Raikou is gonna be blessed with what he wanted to find.
Yep, and we have yet to see the map, so that's still lurking somewhere. The map being the one that gone.
I was about to say this. The powder, in my opinion, is probably the best safety in the game. If I find it, I always use it everywhere I can because just refilling those hearts is definitely a comfort. So having it early is nice.
I'd say it's the best safety item, second only to Cape. Because Cape just gives you straight up invincibility and is a lot more helpful when you're actually in a boss room.
Very true.
Alright, so both runners are going to be heading over to the altars here. Looks to be maybe a 4:15, if I had to guess. Coming up to the altar for Firewood King. So yeah, excellent time for firewood.
Yeah, bow definitely helps, like I said earlier, to get through escape, quickly. It also depends on how the key rat's gonna be placement-wise for him.
Yeah. There's like a few set spots it stops, one of which is right next to the torch, and that's like the ideal spot. Unless you count running towards you, a nice full magic drop. And there's a big 20. So we've been avoiding this subject, but I might as well bring it up. What do you think is going to be our trolling item today?
Well, you know, the hash in the beginning did have the hammer in it, so I'm gonna lean hammer. Hammer might be a little bit late for these runners, and it's gonna limit a lot of the dark world.
I'm gonna say... I'm actually gonna say it's a Master Sword.
Well, we were already talking early pet with the two pendants being in the light world, so maybe we have a vanilla Master Sword.
With both swords and G... No, I'm saying, like, they won't find... The sword will be their going on, is what I'm trying to say. They'll have one to open up the dungeons, but then they won't... They'll have trouble finding the second one. So I want to say in Mirror Troll. Interesting. Alright, so this is an item here in Sanctuary, and it is... Wow, that was like 420 rupees in a row.
That is definitely interesting. I think there's 27 in the prize pools, so having 4, right, that's like a quarter of it.
Close, it's 28, but yeah.
Just like to Sick and Kirk just did Twitch Prime. Thanks for subscribing to Speed Gaming 5.
Yep. Alright, Butch Crab, what do you got? Oh, ammo! Very nice to see that, actually. And we're seeing Raikou do the hula hand strat. I haven't seen that in ages. And that looked like a heart to me.
Yep, same. Setting up hula hand, yeah, it's definitely, you don't usually see it in a standard, standard randomizer. It's usually more like key sanity or open just to get it going. So it's interesting to find that way.
Probably wants to make sure that anything in Kakariko is all taken care of. And nothing good in the Lost Woods, just another heart container, really.
Yeah, nothing of consequence. So head down to Kakariko and get the tree pull here of some hearts.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with Hula Hand this early on. Just making sure you have the money for Zora in case you want to make that play as soon as possible.
Oh, absolutely. I always say that if you could leave Escape with at least 100 rupees, it would be nice. They didn't get 100, so doing Hula Hand and having a few hundred while going into, and they get silvers first just.
Wow, okay, so... And a bottle with a B in it, too. Okay, this seed is, like, pretty much free. They have the means of killing almost every enemy in the game in one shot. And 10 more arrows for good measure. Yeah. Any comment they need to do is pretty much rip anything they come across.
It's definitely nice, and these early silvers, this is fantastic. And getting that B in the bottle,
it's good me too. First thing, 100 rupees for a small shield, and getting his money back. Nice free item.
Very impressive there.
Now, because he wasted that bomb... Wait, did he check the well?
He didn't check the well yet, so... purchase the bombs. Yeah, get a nice 10 is...
Oh, right,
good
right, yeah, he used one in the escape sequence, right? So, yeah, doing a little bit of a detour there because, well, no bombs. Let's see if it actually mattered. Oh, he got his money back at least.
Well, that's 2 items he spent for in Kakariko and just get his money back right away.
And as ironic, the bombs are behind the wall. And there's a 10 bomb pack! Or the 10 bomb pack, rather.
Oh, he's gotta be kicking himself for that.
Yeah, but he couldn't have known. Is there audio desync? Anyway.
We'll see what the sick kid is holding on to.
Yep, and he has a piece of heart. Anyway, firewoodking training library. Oh! That's interesting.
Blue Mail and Library is that depending on where they find the boots, most likely probably won't go back for. So we might just see Blue Mail going through, depending on if they find another mail. So we'll see how these runners choose to route that in. And there's lift upgrade. All right.
Not bad. And there's the matchup for firewoodking. We already have this information. Raikou checking the race game. Now knows its power glove. We'll be going to get that most definitely.
Firewoodking gonna check the dam. We'll see what 2 items are here in the chests and what's been drowned by the water.
Oh! That'll be nice to have.
Yeah, Bombos. At least to get 1/3 of the medallions out of the way. And it's definitely nice for once they find a sword for room clearing of enemies.
Alright, so receives Harasso and Minimal at the same time. 50 rupees, 20 rupees. Hook shot! 20, 50, sword! Piece of heart. And another heart container. Skullwoods is our green pendant. Harasso was taught to by Raikou.
Alright, that's interesting. So depending if they get early fire rod, these pendants are
That was a lot of information to keep track of. Hopefully that all came through loud and clear for you folks at home.
Well, it's nice to see a little divergence at the very least from both the runners early on. You usually follow a track, but getting Sahasra and Eastern check out early is definitely worth a shot. red boomerang and ice rock cave.
Yeah, I suppose I did get a little loud there. I apologize, folks.
You can't hold the excitement back. You just gotta let it loose.
I mean, 8 items at once. I was making sure to not miss one.
But interesting here that since Firewood King did the sudden first, he's gonna have the hook shot and the sword in Eastern here to make routing a little bit quicker. And speaking of which, Raikou just got the mushroom.
Interesting.
Well, here's something we mentioned earlier. Since Raikou is okay with dark rooms, does he clear this dungeon?
Knowing Raikou, it would be most likely. And just a big 20 there.
And Firewood, not realizing he had bombs, was laying a couple bombs, hoping that it was a bow in his hand, but alright. And Raikou making quick work out of those first dark rooms.
Raikou choosing to go old school here, taking out the enemies instead of trying to damage boost. And there's a third item in Eastern, so...
He did opt to duck out, knowing that Eastern was a pendant, so unless we find the need for a pedestal, we're probably going to leave it alone. So logically, with all the items that they're going to have, Agana and Zora, I think, are all that's left.
At this point, which to Zora is an ideal play? Just walk up there, turn in the mushroom, and while you're at it, make the trip up to check the King Zora.
That definitely is the right one, because you don't want to make the whole long trip to desert for just the one item, so.
Alright, so Raikou will be getting this treasure trove of items here, the hookshot and the sword.
Well, we see Firewood King setting up Houlihan here with the drop zone.
And does not get it.
Oh, we might be seeing a Death Mountain play here from Firewood King.
Yeah, going through the dark rooms here. And Raikou fake flipping to Zora looks like. Oh, going to Hobo first and checking the island on the way. Ooh!
Oh, shovel on Hylia Island.
I can dig it.
I'm sure you can.
Old man, just giving a little bit of love. But that's enough to give Firewood another heart container. Much needed for these cabbages, as we like to call them.
Yeah, well, with these runners being on the precipice of going into the Dark World, and Hobo only having a single arrow for Raikou, as much heart as they can get is going to be warranted for him.
And just a piece of heart in Spectacle Rock Cave, and nothing... And a piece of heart above Spectacle Rock, so nothing too significant here. In your Dark World matchup, Turtle Rock and Pod are 5-6, and there's confirmation once again for those who missed it. Saraslo telling us Skullwoods was our green pendant.
Oh, and Raikou getting sniped by the Zora there.
Ouch, that's never a good sign.
And it looks like Raikou is gonna follow suit for what Firewood King's doing and going up to Death Mountain as well. Oh, so far rupees and a piece of heart, and got the 5 chests north of here.
$50, 20 rupees. And the Moon Pearl.
So, with that in mind, Zora's either gotta have the lamp or the witch. The Zora, witch, or Agina's gotta have either the lamp or the flute.
Or something that leads us into desert, like the book. Or just something in general that progresses us towards mountain access.
Oh, absolutely.
Alright, folks. Where is firewoodking going to go now?
He's got to be doing the Zora and Witch check here.
Yep. Here goes the mushroom.
Oh, well, there's Titan's mitts.
Okay, so that means Zora or Agina is logically our answer. No, wait. Yeah, logically for our answer for Dark World access, because of the mountain being on the mountain. I had a double take there in my mind for a second.
Alright, but with that, Fire Rod did decide not to opt to go to Zora, so he's gonna go do Village of Outcasts.
Am I yelling into the mic? Hang on. Let me adjust my audio feeds here for you folks.
Well, Firewood's making the Skullwoods dip check. I like this. You know, it technically is the green pendant. Can't complete it yet without Fire Rod, but at the very least, get these first couple chests in here.
Alright, maybe that'll be a little bit better for you. There is Ether now! Interesting find for firewoodking here in Skullwoods.
And there's our 2 items. So, if Pedestal is not required anymore, we're not gonna see him kill Mothula.
Alright, so we now have 2 medallions. What do you think our medallions for Meyer and Turtle Rock will be? The requirements, I mean.
Well, the way this seed's going, I'm giving Bo and then giving them Silvers right after it. I'm gonna guess they want to troll them with Quake.
I'm gonna say Quake for 1, but Meyer for each of the other. And there is our second sword. It is on Bumper Cave. We need to find the cave.
Alright, now cape and play. That's an interesting idea. So, unless they find swords, obviously somewhere else, gotta find that cape.
Alright, so depending on where that cape is, it could be very problematic. Or it could just be right here in Sea House. Nope, but it's something that's actually really good for this situation.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, combined with the other, with the bottle and the powder that they already have, they basically have a way to capture fairies and have infinite revives. And there's our Book of Medora. So Agina had to have had the flute or the lamp.
or Zora. They did not check Zora. They both opted to just peace out after getting the Titans mitts.
Oh, they never did check Zora? I mean, that makes sense. Ooh! Raikou taking a death.
I believe it was intentional. He wanted to go to the back of the front of the dungeon. Because I don't know if Raikou was counting his items or if he just opted to go back, but I wasn't sure. But he was checking the back for items, so...
Yeah, that was likely an intentional death then. And there's the big key, so... And right there, knowing that there was a bunny bean trap there, firewoodking doing a powder and net capture, and Raikou taking another death.
Nice blind use of the powder there to fill his hearts by firewoodking. Good knowledge of the dungeon.
Yeah, very good knowledge of the dungeon. A lot of these bunny beams are more or less inconveniences. The Zaxxers are actually a threat with green mail.
Yeah, these Zaxxers do a hell of a lot of damage, so...
Is it the way you pronounce it or the way I pronounced it? That's just a minor detail, it doesn't matter.
I generally just call them horsemen myself, so...
I always thought they were Lizafos, actually. Or Dinophos, whichever one you prefer. And there's both items out of Skull Woods. 20 rupees was the other item. But Raikou does now have Ether. Going through the, what we like to call the Hellway. Because that is just a lot of damage waiting to happen.
Very nice dodging in there, I have to say.
Yeah, good movement. Most people will want to see boots for that specific area. Get the infamous God pixelette that's known.
So far, nothing in Thieves Town either. Got a nice another heart, which is nice.
Yeah, nothing major in the village of Alcasteri at all, to my knowledge. Well, I stand corrected. We did get the book. But we don't know if the book leads to anything right now, and as it stands, the book, all it does is gives us desert access. But
yeah.
we can't finish desert.
Yeah, we gotta either find that lamp or find that fire rod, but technically everything they're doing right now is out of logic, so...
And with fire rod being where it is, it cannot be on pedestal. And that's the only progression item, really, that can be on pedestal. That can't be on pedestal. Everything else is fair game. And that is currently not broken.
Alright, I think by my counting, that means there is an item in Big Key Chest. So there's an item behind Hammer.
Yeah. Unless Blind has it. Or do they have both the map and compass?
I believe they picked both up, but I could be mistaken.
Alright, so the blind fight here. If you know it, there is a scripted... It is the same fight every time. And if you don't know it, this fight's pretty hectic.
All in all, good fight by firewoodking.
And a piece of heart!
Alright, now we're sitting at 8 hearts, which is really nice. Especially with no mail upgrade yet. Yeah, Raikou confirming that they did find the map, so there is one item in the big key chest.
Alright, so we'll have to double back for that at some point. Or not. For all we know, it could just be the single rupee. And yay, single rupee.
And there was much rejoicing.
More like there was much sleeping. Digging game for firewoodking. Let's see what we dig up. Bomb booster. Alright, so firewoodking will now be doing the Swift loop most likely.
Yep, gonna grab Jeremiah, go do the south, go to Hype Cave. Maybe even route, well, if he finds the hammer, route up into Catfish.
Yep, just take the frog on the world tour, as we like to call it. Oh, and that might change his routing a little bit.
Alright, getting the mirror there is very nice, because now he can change, go to Cave 45 here, and with the book in hand, he can at least check what Bombos Medallion has.
K45 is such a dumb name. Southwood Grove works. Oh, well, okay. No medallion troll tonight.
Nope, all medallions. Alright.
And there's no doubt in my mind that Raikou will miss that check when they do check Stumpy.
And Firewood King is doubling back, gonna do the quick return of Jeremiah and go grab the lunchbox.
And you know what he could do at the sacrifice of his portal?
Go check the Batman.
Exactly. So yeah, skipping on the hammer pegs, but I say that's perfectly fine. And if it turns out that the Smiths will give him one of their spare hammers, that works out even better.
Well, if they remember and they get the hammer and they're gonna have to go check hammer pegs, looks like they did a little arrowing right there. They can at least rope in hammer pegs and the big chest in Thieves Town if needed.
Alright, so Raikou now with his blind play rather. And we are seeing the purple chest as well as the words as well as Magic Bat, who is today cursing us with explosions.
Yeah, without the hammer, Firewood King's gotta walk his way back up here, take the portal back to work his way back down. Oh, interesting. Going to check Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, makes sense here. There's no point to walking south with the purple chest after going have to do all the checks you would with Jeremiah in tow.
And I have seen a lot of items up here, so good check by him. See what's in graveyard.
What's there right now is an annoying bee. Raikou now with his mirror. Alright, let's see if Firewood gets something important. Heart container. That's pretty good.
Yeah, now he's at 10 hearts, which is really nice. I like to finish the seed with at least 12, so being at 10 at 41 minutes in is, without a mail upgrade, is very good.
If you're an MG runner 14, is this what you're used to? But if finishing with less or with added but with also added mails is also pretty fine.
Alright, Firewood making the long trek now all the way down to Hype Cave.
Yeah, really wants to get this check done while he's in the area. Or at least this half of the Dark World. We're about to see what Hype Cave has, though, from Raikou. 20 rupees right up from the get-go. Along with a piece of heart, arrow booster, 20 rupees, and 20 rupees. Oh, Hype Cave.
Hey, yeah, I give that about a 1.
And that's being generous?
Most definitely.
Yeah, Hype Cave unfortunately living up to its current reputation rather than its former name. But while all these items are being checked here, I want to give just a real brief shout out to our tracker, Yoinker's wife, doing an excellent job on the trackers, keeping them up to date for you guys.
Absolutely, and we got Raikou here getting his revenge on Zora. Hopefully he makes it right up there with no problem this time.
Meanwhile, we'll see where this chest turn in is, and if you're Firewood King, do you check the desert area while you're there?
It's nice routing. I would definitely return this and then at least check what's on Bombos and jump down and go to Agina.
I would do all of that, but also dip into desert and check desert ledge. Make sure we don't have a boots lock situation.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, Fire Rod is on Zora Ledge.
So flippers are 100% required. Oh, they were already because of Swamp Palace, but you need that Fire Rod in order to beat the seed. Piece of heart on the tablet. Zora has a piece of heart.
We're going to see either the flute or lamp here from Firewood King.
And what will it be? Flute would be huge. It's a lamp, though.
But that now, with that lamp, makes desert completable.
It makes completing desert possible. And I say that knowing full well that there is the potential for boots lock, but there is our cape!
Well then, so this could be interesting. That they needed to maybe get the lamp, to get the book, well, to get the Titan's Myths, to get the book and the Moon Pearl, to get that cape, to get a sword upgrade, to then go and beat Aga, to get to the east side.
Oh, you're right. They don't have access to the east side of Death Mountain, Dark World at all. I completely forgot about the instance. We are not locked out just yet. Binky needs to be on the torch at this point for it to be a boots-locked desert. Nope, desert's not boots-locked.
No, alright, and then we'll get our next crystal here, which is nice. We'll see what we got going. 50 rupees there.
Yep, 50 rupees there, and we'll see what the other item is. Please be on torch, and please let it be progression. It is just the map. With super not required for desert. No one needs that burrito. And desert is a dud in terms of items, but that cape is huge as well.
Oh yeah, that cape is big. We'll be able to go get that master sword and go from there.
Given the fact that Desert Ledge here is got progression on it, I almost want to say that Desert Ledge is just a part of Desert Palace, and it's the third item you can get in the pool. It's guaranteed to be there every single time.
Oh, it's definitely worth noting, absolutely. I mean, I consider it part of desert, but, you know, it's part of the light world, unfortunately.
Yeah, because you can technically get there without needing to go through Desert Palace. So we will see the Lammolas die a glorious death of explosions because they deserve it.
Well, if they're comfortable with the timing of their silver arrows, they can make quick work of them.
I mean, have you seen Zelda 1? Specifically, have you seen the blue ones in Zelda 1? The blue Lammolas?
No, I have not.
For lack of a better term, they are a complete and total spaz. Imagine in Moldorm in hyperspeed constantly, and you have to destroy each segment of the Lammolas in Zelda 1.
Yeah, that's not fun.
And they always attack in pairs. I should also add that.
Firewoodking's down to 1. Gotta watch out here. He does have a fairy though. And it takes him down.
And another crystal for Firewood King on the board with 2. RaikouRider, not that far behind though. So yeah, with the cape, we have... I can only say this is an Agassiz at this point.
Absolutely. The only thing that the cape puts in logic now... No, wait, never mind. They need a hammer. So yeah, it is Aghanim Seed. Unfortunately, Firewood King did not check Zora. He's going to check it right here. Fake flipper up and go check. Find his fire rod that he needs, but it is most definitely an Agassiz.
So, yes, folks, so I should probably clarify here for those who are not aware. Aghanim basically has 3 key instances of when he is forced. We've already passed the first 2, which is Lumberjack Lumberjack Cave did not have progression. We passed the second, in which we have Dark World access. However, the third instance is no access to the eastern side of Dark World where Palace of Darkness is. You need the flippers or the hammer to get over there. And in this case, we have neither. And we know by the logic that neither one of them should be available to our runners at this point.
So then my question to you is, where do you think that hammer is? Do you think it's on Pyramid, or is it ducked in the pod?
Neither. I almost forgot. We have the hookshot and we have the time spent. It could be in Hookshot Cave. I almost forgot about that.
Oh, most definitely. I totally forgot about Dark Death Mountain here.
So Dark Death Mountain could be the key to stopping this from being an Aghanim Seed. No one has been up there yet. But Raikou's checking. Bottle Ferry. Blue Mail. That'll be read and now on the library. Someone is mentioning chat. We have checked Lightside Death Mountain. That is where our Moon Pearl was. Dark Death Mountain, on the other hand, has not been checked, and we're about to see these checks. Here from Raikou. Bomb booster. The hammer! Okay, there it is. Aga's dead.
Well, now here is the thing. We have the hope that Firewood King will realize that he has that available to him. So we'll find out. And now Raikou's gonna check Spike Cave and Tarahara.
I would do an extra check as well.
Oh yeah, the Ether Medallion, most definitely.
Yeah, make sure that is not an item. Yeah, check the Ether Tablet. What is here? Wait, that's a flute!
That's the flute!
Okay! So, there's our flute.
So that means they need to go get that Master Sword from Bumper Cave.
Or find another sword here on the mountain. What a seed this is. What a seed. Coffee break time? Nope.
Alright, so we know where the flute is. We know where the fire rod is. We know where the shovel is. Begs, where is the ice rod and the flippers?
Someone is asking in chat, could flippers be on pedestal? Absolutely at this point.
Yeah, pedestal definitely can have the flippers. It can have the ice rod.
Wait, no. Flippers cannot be on pedestal. I almost forgot. Fire rod is flippers locked, and you need that for green pendant.
Yes, good call. But the Cane of Samaria can.
Oh yeah, pretty much most of our progression items are there. Fireworking about to get their hammer. Feel really good about it.
And I wasn't counting items, so I don't know if Raikou found all the items in Hera yet.
I don't think so. You can see. Did Raikou get the lamp? Yes, he did. Okay. Raikou does have that lamp. And given that he has cave, he probably also defeated the Lamb Molas.
Oh, he did. He definitely. I think he did. beat Desert Palace. I saw him that way. Well, there's the Master Sword on Moldorm.
Well, that's gonna give him a flute immediately. And that means both these runners here are gonna be in for a good time.
So that's a sword upgrade hidden behind the pendant.
That's right. Now, oh, firewoodking not going to Hera. Well, he at least knows that there is a sword on, yeah, words, Bumper Cave. I mean, this is a fair gamble he's taken. Doesn't want to dip pendant if he doesn't have to. Although we are still missing our ice rod, we are still missing our Canis of Maria. We know where the shovel is and we can pick it up at any time.
Well, once we get flippers.
That's true. I'm sure I'm with that. And we are missing, well, we are also missing our flippers.
So
Three
now,
of those
so I was gonna say,
yeah, sorry. Sorry, you go on ahead.
I'm sorry, it's getting late. With Hammer now, they can check hammer pegs and that big key chest in Thieves Town.
I would expect at least one of them to check the pedestal just to make absolutely sure that this is not a pet seed. Because right now, Pet is alive. They can go get pedestal if they put the time in. And as far as we're aware, two or three items here could be on pedestal. That could be required for progression.
Yes, Firewood's gonna go get his Master Sword now, though.
That's right. Raikou is immediately going to the mire area.
I like this play. You can get the 2 items in the shed and the one in Checkerboard Cave, and be feeling saucy, dip into mire.
Yeah. No Canis of Maria to finish the dungeon yet, though. Canterburna and the Hearth Piece. Checkerboard Cave only having a piece of heart. So, where does Raikou go next?
He might be going to check.
No pet check. Raikou giving us a little bit of control. And something I want to point out here, Chad, in case for you just tuned in. RaikouRider does not have the Master Sword from Bumper Cave. He instead fought Moldorm, and Moldorm dropped the Master Sword for him. So he actually has access to Tempered, if he so chooses.
So hopefully firewoodking here, though, will dump into Hera here, which he is, and he's gonna get his Tempered Sword.
That's right. Yeah, folks, in terms of pedestal, though, the only two items that matter, 100% guaranteed, Ice Rod, Cane of Samaria. That's it. Boots as well, but it's a niche use. The only way they're required is if they're blocking something at Bonk Rocks, King's Tomb, or our Ganister B keys on the torch.
Oh, this seat could be really trolly if they can make it all the way to Ganon's tower and then find it's on the torch.
Ooh, Raikou. Unfortunately, not being able to check Magic Bat out of Magic. Gonna instead opt for the Hammer Pegs. And yeah, chat. Well, it is just bombs to hit. Oh! Well, he can now fake powder, so there he goes. Problem solved.
Oh my god, this seed.
Cane of Samaria found. That means your only chance for a guaranteed pedestal seed is if it's Ice Rod. You might have to doing it now. Come on. Oh, is Raikou not aware?
I don't know if he can fake powder. I think he turned it in his mushroom, so.
You can do it with the regular chest. Or the regular powder.
Oh, that's good to know.
As long as he moves over to that item slot, it'll work. But probably does not know that he can do that, so gonna end up turning in this. Firewood getting their butter sword, or temper sword rather. But yeah, folks, if you want Ice Rod to be our go mode item on pedestal, well, we might not be seeing it today. It depends on where it is. And Meyer is vanilla. And good knowledge here for Raikou as well. Dave in chat saying shovel on ped. Shovel's on Lake Hylia Island. That's not a possibility, sorry. And don't say Fire Rod either, because that's on Zora Ledge. Oh, Raikou does not know about Barber Cave. Has not checked it? Really?
Oh, that's interesting, actually.
That might come back to bite him, actually.
Oh, we're gonna get the pod play here from Firewood King.
I mean, you have the means to full clear it, why not?
And it does have 5 items, so it is a dense location.
Yeah, but it's one of the slower locations in return. Oh! Bird frozen. Are we gonna get a bird toss or a bird smash? Or is he gonna leave it alone?
Oh, he can't grab it.
Ah, he was gonna toss it. I'll give him points for effort at the very least. Meanwhile, Firewood King, our favorite monkey, Kiki the Extortionist. We see 2 runners starting 2 different dungeons here. Let's see which one pays out more.
Yeah, both have the items needed to complete their respective dungeons, so... Okay, I missed that. What happened?
Flippers in the first chest of pod!
Well, then.
And I don't think Firewood has the Cane of Samare, no. So now we just need to figure out where that ice rod is. But now Shovel's available to us. The Fire Rod's available to us, so could be deep in Turtle Rock for all we know. The classic troll. Could be on pedestal.
Or it could be really trolly and have, like, boots on pedestal and then have it in King's Tomb.
Good one. If Ice Rod is here in Mire, that would be just the ultimate mind screw for us here on the commentary booth, I would say. At least for me. But no, just the money.
Raikau, avoiding that little break as all possible, does not want to go to the vanilla big key location.
Well, that makes sense in my mind, because if it's the last location for the big key, and it is there, you can use the warps to just get right in front of Vitreous, so... Is it necessarily faster? Probably not. Is it a little bit more efficient? Probably. And it looks like it is going to be big key in the cutscene chest.
No, he got big key. He just opened up the big key chest, so that means it's either an item in the big key chest location. I mean the big key location, or on Vitreous himself.
Oh, okay. And now I see what he's doing. He's doing the full clear route, which... Same thing, except minus not looking for the big key. And meanwhile, we saw a green potion pickup for Firewood King. I haven't been paying too much attention to what he's been finding in, Mire. Or Pod, rather. Yeah, words.
Well, he's gonna have to dip down here to get a key, so he can make his way in the back.
Alright, I have an idea where I want the ice rod to be.
Shoot!
The ultimate sense of irony. Ice rod on cold stare.
Now that's just absolutely mean.
Me to who? The runners or cold stare? I've been playing that he froze himself.
It's very logical.
Alright, so both runners on their way. Sad to say, we will not be seeing the new tech here today.
Nope, without that boots, we're not gonna be able to see him. Or the fire rod, nonetheless.
Well, we could have had Fire Rod. For those wondering what we're talking about, earlier this week we actually discovered a way to skip this crystal switch than the room RaikouRider is in right now. Or at least the one north of it. And it can be used elsewhere in the to skip all of the crystal switches, but it's still in an experimental phase right now, so it's not it's not perfected yet. But energy, go on.
I was saying I have yet to try it out myself, but it definitely is gonna add some mindset to NMG runs, as you were probably gonna say.
Yes, NMG has already ruled that it is considered a minor glitch, and actually, if you've been watching the NMG tournament, I've noticed a couple runners already doing it in their runs. And RaikouRider slain Viddy gets a key for his efforts, and another crystal. Meanwhile, Helmer's got a key for firewoodking. Almost got that mask off. And Helmets are down for firewoodking.
Das
Boots! Okay. So, with the boots now for firewoodking, it is Ice Rod, and then we are in no mode.
Absolutely. Now, if he maybe does this in a routing perspective, I would think he'd make his way, go check pedestal, and then route in the boost locations. That's how I would do it, but...
Gonna start with King's Doom, though. Or no, he's gonna check Bonk Rocks first. I just find that weird, in my mind. If you're gonna be heading towards town, you might as well get King's Doom done first. Unless you're heading towards, planning to head towards the Witch. Oh, but he is, absolutely. What am I saying? He is gonna go get the Fire Rod.
Yes, I totally forgot about that. He's gotta go get that Fire Rod.
And the boots so far not paying off. And Firewood's gonna fill up one of their bottles at least with Blue Potion. The ultimate safety item to have. Oh. Alright, Raikou will be entering there, and will now be full clearing this most likely.
We are getting a pedestal check here from firewoodking. It's the moment of truth here.
Maximum health increase, pet is dead.
Alright, so then I would say let's get the shovel for it to be in the digging spot.
Yeah, we only are missing that Ice Rod, and it can be anywhere. Except for Trinex and GT. I'm still gonna hold out on a prayer that it's on Cold Stare.
I mean, I like that. Or these runners have not checked catfish, neither. It could be in that location just totally by itself.
And there is the fire rod for Firewood King. Samaria is in the hammer pegs. Firewood King still needs to check that location. Ice rod can be anywhere. Except beyond Trinex.
We might be getting a
swamp check?
Swamp check here from Firewood King.
Yeah, the only other place that we know Fat Fairy can't have it, or Pyramid Fairy as it's also known, because TR is one of our 5/6. Sarasso could have it because of Skull Woods. It's just all up in the air right now.
But I don't mind this. Firewood King's Swamp Palace is the most dense dungeon with 6 items in it, so very possible it could be there.
Yes, but one could argue that most runners don't want to do Ice Palace unless they're in Go mode, because it is one of the biggest time saves to do just a Go mode versus a full clear in this place.
Oh, I'm not faulting that at all. Definitely don't want to full clear it.
But for that one item, you might as well.
Because in Firewood King's mind also, he does not know where Canis Samaria is. So he's also looking for that as well.
Alright, so our 2 runners here will be checking their individual dungeons. Breakhouse slowly but surely working their way through Palace of Darkness. Firewood King setting up to check the rest of Skull Woods. Or, no, this is Swamp House. What am I saying? And something else we completely forgot. There's still an item deep in Thieves Town. In the Thieves Town big chest. That slipped my mind.
Absolutely. I was thinking since Firewood King needs to work his way over to Peg Cave so he can get his Canis Samaria eventually, roping that in could be a nice bing bang boom. And for that, it's going to be a nice route, man.
Alright, I'm liking what Firewood King is doing. He has not seen the map or compass yet, so he is going to bank that the 2 items on the left side are not required. That they are the map and compass. Which is a pretty safe bet to make. We'll see if it pays out. Piece of heart. Map. Nope, there's something on left side. We don't know what yet.
It'll be super trolly if it's the big key.
No, we had the big key. It was in the first chest.
Oh, then I missed it.
RaikouRider will be heading over to Helmholtz King and will be picking up their boots in a matter of moments. Meanwhile, we're going to see some delicious wholesale puffball murder from Firewood King. Temper Sword will eat through the puffs of Argus. Like they were, well, nothing. Going for the double spin. Pretty good moves. I could not see what that was. The explosion covered it up.
It is Butter Sword.
Oh wow! I caught that once when I was tracking, and yeah, it's Butter Sword. Sword on Argus.
Alright, so that means if Raikou does not check Bumper Cave, we're gonna have a sword to tempered going on here.
Yeah, it was very hard to tell. It was blended in with the explosion way too well. It was... Which, ironically enough, I had a situation in which I saw it through the explosion when I was tracking a race.
Yeah, I had to look at the restream for it, and I saw it in there.
Alright, good catch. Meantime, RaikouRider has slain Randomizer King and gets the boots. And now with the boots and flippers in play, can get the fire rod. And now just needs to find the ice rod. Can also opt to get the shovel and check dig spot.
I would think that Firewood King would either rope that in while going to Ice Palace and complete it, since he's still looking for those items. It's a good combo there, and then when he's done, go check what's in the dig spot. See.
Yeah, I'm thinking Raikou does it. I'm thinking Raikou does it. Just get it out of the way before you do Swamp.
We're gonna get a pyramid check here from Raikou. We have not got that yet.
Oh my goodness, if Pyramid was Ice Rod this entire time.
Thank you, chat. I realized I didn't have my mic in front of me.
Or money, for that matter. Kind of brushed it off to the side there for a little bit.
Sorry, I was eating a Go-Gurt, and it's just a heart container on the left side. So, little time lost there, but nonetheless, getting another heart container is always good, and being Sankart, nonetheless.
Yeah, Sankart's really good. So now where does Firewoodking go? Choosing to stay in the Dark World. Here comes Catfish or RaikouRider.
Oh, he's going to get the shovel.
This is really good routing from Firewood King. Because then Firewood King could check the shovel, check Hammer Pigs along the way, and then go to fight Moth for whatever is the green pendant.
Oh, he's roping in his pyramid check.
Alright, RaikouRider will be picking up the red mail here.
Don't blame him, he's in the area, might as well grab it. He's doing the mire checks without the rod in hand.
That is unfortunate. There is the blue cane, though.
Oh, good. With that flute in hand, he's not gonna dip into mire, which is fortunate for him. Alright, but we're gonna get the ice palace checked. Unfortunately, we will be getting a full clear here.
Yeah, we'll see if anything's coming up here. Alright, first chest here. Big key. Alright, folks, so Ice Palace Spawn Jump coming up here for Firewood King. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Good work.
So far, nothing though in Ice Palace.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the ice rod's here on Cold Start, like I predicted, to be honest. Oh, fire shield! That's always a nice item I like to see. Nice buffer for the bomb jump.
I've actually not seen the bomb jump done that way, so I like that setup. I feel like this chest right here, the room that firewoodking's in, always has an item for some reason. I think 3 of the 5 seeds I've done, there's been an item there.
Well, we shall see. We shall see.
Oh, but there's the ice rod.
All right. We are not in go mode, we are in no mode. Firewoodking still needs the Candace and Mario from Hammer Pegs.
Alright, at this point you gotta hope he doesn't go T-Rock, that he goes and checks those hammer locations before dipping into Mire, going to finish T-Rock. Well, he can't go T-Rock, never mind, he needs the cane. He's gotta go to the pegs.
Yeah. This is a really good find for him, actually, because now he won't have to worry about Turtle Rock until he absolutely needs to go in. Alright, so there's RaikouRider going through swamp here, getting rid of Argus. Meanwhile, firewoodking is about to begin the Cold Stare fight with Butter Sword or Bombos Medallion. This will be a clean fight.
You know, now that I think about it, that means we had sword upgrades on 2 bosses.
Oh, he missed a shot. Deva Green. And there's the crystals for firewoodking and RaikouRider, respectively. And Raikou now with that tempered sword.
Alright, so this is good. Hopefully firewoodking is gonna go check digging spot and then route around so he can get to the hammer pegs.
RaikouRider will be checking Bombos. Just a piece of heart. Shovel spot check for firewoodking. It's just a big 20. And firewoodking is heading to the Mire region.
Oh, it's so unfortunate.
Alright, I need to to save my own curiosity, where was our blue boomerang again?
You know, I'm not 100% sure. I saw it mentioned in chat a while ago, and I totally forgot to check where it was.
Oh, RaikouRider will now know where Buttersword is. Oh, Bloomerang was in Meyer, so firewoodking will eventually be picking that up. So I just realized boots are not necessarily required for the seed unless it is Big Key on Torch.
Absolutely. But nonetheless, they were gonna get it regardless because it was on Helmosaur, so... So Firewood King is gotta be the only thing that can be in his favor is depending on how long it takes Raikou to make his way to ice.
Yeah, make it to ice and not go for the full clear route. Or, wait, did I say that right?
Nonetheless, Raikou is making his way to his ice, so...
Alright, well, as long as Raikou does not go mode ice, he will stumble into Ice Ride and be our first of our two runners in go mode.
Thinking that Ice Rod could be in T-Rock, I could foresee this gamble, thinking that he might be behind.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And seeing as we do have a little bit of downtime here while our two runners are going through dungeons here, I'd like to give you guys a quick mention to give these guys a follow. This seed is coming down to the wire here, but it's been a great race thus far.
Absolutely. It takes a lot to put yourself out there every weekly, you know, for these runners. So give them a follow. They've done a great job so far.
Yes. RaikouRider using Bombos on the Pin Gators. Interesting little fun fact. Quake also works on them.
Yeah, you just gotta hope you don't catch them when one of them's in the air.
Yep, because they have to stay on the ground.
Okay, Firewood King is in the location.
Oh, Firewood King! He remembered!
He's about to be in go mode.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race on our hands!
At 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 10 seconds, Firewood King is officially in go mode. He has to do one dungeon and then go and kill Vitreous.
Alright, folks. Firewoodking is now re-entering Mire, heading straight for Vitreous. And not quite a strike from RaikouRider. Picks up the spare instead in the Penguin Bowling Room. And yeah, Chad is pointing out, we have pretty much a full Y menu here. The only thing we are missing is one bottle and the shield upgrade. The third shield. Oh yeah, also half magic. You're right about that.
We could see the new tech from firewoodking here.
Let's see if we see the tech. For those who just joined, Ice Rod is in the Ice Palace. It's on the right side. Unfortunately, it looks like firewoodking does not know the strat just yet. Like we've been saying, it is a new development as of this week, so not many runners would know it. Targeted for Raikou.
Opting for NFG strats.
It's sort of putting on those awesome shades. And there's Goma to Raikou, 143 in. Firewoodking has defeated Colts or Vitreous. Raikou now needs to go downstairs to fight. Sorry. Raikou needs to go downstairs to fight Cold Stare, then head up the mountain to fight like Trinex. Both runners do. This could come down. Just go on.
You're right. No, I was going to say we're less than 2 minutes apart. I would say.
Yes, and this could come down to whose execution is better. We have seen gap. I have seen a race come down to within a minute, and it was really close with the amount of execution. Alright, with the little amount of magic Raikou just picked up, he should be good to go here. Just needs to use Bombos. And there it is. So this should be a fairly easy setup for the corner camp with the corner strats. Didn't quite get it. Oh, has to be careful. Safety blue, not surprised. Meanwhile, Firewoodking will be our first runner into Turtle Rock. And the medallion here is also Ether. Where was Ether again?
That I was about to say, that required a dip into Skull Woods.
Yeah. Pendant Woods had the medallion. It wasn't the one you got early. It wasn't the one you found late. It was the one that was in the Pendant Dungeon. And both runners are at the energy level of Hearts 14, so should not have any issues with their health going forward here. Raikou taking a few moments to go ahead and buy some potions, or a potion rather. Oops. Oh, Raikou unfortunately getting dead rocked. That's never a good time.
Oh, and there's half magic. I was about to say the only thing that could warrant these players any more relief is finding that half magic, and there you go.
Yeah, pretty much set up to have the perfect Ganon fight at this point. Gold sword, half magic cape, silver arrows. Not much the pig can do to you, unfortunately.
The only difference now that these two runners are going to have is that Raikou has red mail while firewoodking has blue.
Alright, so firewoodkings have got about a floor of a head start here on Turtle Rock as RaikouRider enters.
I think we're roughly at like 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes 40 seconds, something like that is the difference.
Yep, so this race is getting real close, real fast, and I like it. I really like it. Not grabbing that chest in the center. Perfectly fine.
Perfect call by him there.
A little bit of an inefficient pokey fight, but still gets through no problem. I don't waste time on those things. I just fire rod them.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with half magic now. Shoot those fire rods.
I mean, at this point, you don't need to worry about your magic too much, because there's a full decanter in the dark room maze, and I say maze very loosely. And there's also one right before Trinex himself.
Yeah, you're set.
Now, he could be saving his magic for using the cape to skip, Oh, no, never mind. That's a small key right there. No seeing Laser Bridge today.
Nice heads-up play by him.
So we don't have much time to discuss this. So do you want to shall we get a head start on a little game we like to play?
We could start it up. I don't mind that.
We're gonna start up when we see the boss crystal being catched. But let's go ahead and talk about it here. So what we're talking about is the Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game here, folks. I don't know if the bot's actually enabled on this channel. Do you?
It is, and I'll take care of it.
Okay. So if you are a supporter of the channel, either be it through a sub or 250 bits, you are eligible for the leaderboards here. We have 22 chests in Ganon's Tower, one of which has our big key. Hold your guesses for the time being until you see the crystal catch or the command in chat, and give us a number. And be quick about it, because this boss will go down quick, and and we're gonna close it as soon as we see the first one to reach it go downstairs.
The way this seed has been playing out, I want to say that it's gonna be a little bit late for these runners. I'm gonna say 11.
I want the boots to be required. Torch. It seems the bot's not working.
Oh, unfortunately, it's not working.
Oh, this is for fun then, guys. Get your guesses in anyway. Alright, so firewoodking is heading down into the basement. Bomb booster. Small key.
And we're going right side.
Going right.
That Gibdo unfortunately giving firewoodking a little bit of trouble there.
And 10 arrows, 300 rupees, big 20, and bombs.
Alright, it's on left side. Now, if Raikau opts to do a traditional route, it's going to save him a little bit of time.
I missed what was on the key, but rip Bob, or torch rather.
It was the small key.
Alright, Raikau is entering. There's the big key. That was chest number 8 for us, I believe.
Chest number 8.
So if you guessed 8, congratulations. We have no prize for you. Not even the leaderboard or an acknowledgement because the bot broke. But get some bragging rights for the rest of the evening.
I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but it looks like T-Feet 21. You were the one that guessed 8 for the first time.
Alright, so we're now seeing the start of the ascent here. Pretty good mimics. And Raikau going left side. And there's the big key for Raikau. That just cleaned up this race. This is gonna get close. This is gonna come down to execution.
We can have a difference of Agatu here.
Difference again as well if things go wrong. Which of half magic cape and butter sword shouldn't go wrong. Let's be real.
These BMOs can be such a pain.
BMOs, the Salpos, the Zazax. Choosing to grab the fairy there for firewoodking. That is a catch-22. But that actually allows the Lambos here to load up better, and thus you can't get an easy 1-2-3 cycle with them.
Alright, these runners are less than 2 minutes apart.
Yeah, this is going to be real close here, folks. And Raikou's execution here seems to be astonishingly good. Getting bodied there by the BMOs a bit. And Raikou does drink a potion here. Alright, Firewoodking about to begin the Moldarm 2 fight.
Just a couple slashes is all we need.
Alright, Moldarm 2 is down. Now the question is, will Firewoodking loot Moldarm's last possession here? No, leaving it behind. Being respectful to Moldarm. For being a worthy opponent. Nice item, nice dash through the last room here. And on to Agatu.
Alright, let's see the setups here for Firewoodking.
Both runners will have the exact same setups, by the way, for those who are unaware.
Ooh, nice. I'm not sure if that was a triple or a double.
That was absolutely a triple. Oh, but blue ball, so no triple, double, or double, triple.
Alright, one more hit.
Oh, and another blue ball! But there we go. Firewoodking has defeated Agatu, and it is now time to fight the pig.
I smell bacon in our future.
Neither runner looting Moldarm's last possession. And a paraphrase of what you would actually get in the vanilla game.
Alright, just 6 hits per phrase here. 1 down, here's 2. Couple more slashes for extra measure there.
Yeah, just in case the first 2 didn't rushes right away. Now, I think Firewoodking has a fairy, so a deft again will not be significant. A fall would be, though. A fall would spell Firewood's defeat here. With Raikou right behind him.
Alright, phase 4, here we go.
Oh!
Almost a triple. Setting up double here.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's game. Get your GG's in chat for firewoodking as RaikouRider starts his Ganon fight. We're gonna hold off on getting him in here for an interview just in a little bit. Just to give RaikouRider a chance to finish.
And
But
he crosses
firewoodking...
the bridge. Sorry, he crosses the bridge with 2 hours, 1 minute, and 31 seconds as official speed racing TV time.
And shoutouts to Beatorf. He apparently was here at the Triforce. Alright, meanwhile, RaikouRider is on phase 3.
Oh, one more hit, here we go. And Ganon's down.
And the biggest hit for RaikouRider. GG's to him as well. And finishes with an official SRTV time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, 48 seconds. Just over a minute after RaikouRider. This was a great race.
And it looks like we have both of them in here, so we'll pull them in for commentary, chat.
Congratulations to you both for finishing the seed. This was not the kindest one.
Thank you.
You both did an excellent job with this seed. RaikouRider, he put up a good effort. He was really close. But firewoodking, you managed to pull ahead. You will be going 4-2 in this tournament. Walk us through the seed, you two. How was it to you?
I hate Ice Palace. In all of the LTTP tournaments I have played in, I have lost because of Ice Palace.
I'll be honest with you, I hate Ice Palace too, with a burning passion, especially if it's a pendant.
So the entire reason why I lost that race was because of my aversion to Ice Palace. The difference in that entire race was because of the North Dark World check prior to Ice Palace.
Well, if it's any consolation to you, RaikouRider, your opponent did not check hammer pegs until roughly 2 minutes. It's before 2 or 3 minutes before you started Ice Palace.
Yeah,
so
Kane was my go mode, yeah.
How early did you go into Ice Palace?
Man, my brain is shot. I did Ice after Swamp, but before I got the Cane.
Of course. I also made a bunch of really small routing mistakes that also would have made a difference. That fake flipper death too. There was so many small things that did it.
Yeah. But unfortunately, this does mean you are not going to be eligible for brackets anymore, RaikouRider. But hey, you did a really good job to get this far, I would say.
Sorry, go ahead.
Are you going to at least try to get a positive win-loss record or to stick around for week 7?
My goal in this tournament was to be 4-3. Because I'm just nowhere close to good enough at the vanilla game to make brackets. As I'm sure was mentioned at least once, Z1 is more my wheelhouse.
Yeah. Z1, I've been there before.
It's just getting frustrating losing tournament races over and over again to Ice Palace. I don't really have too much more to say about the seed, just I do not have kind things to say about Ice Palace in this randomizer at all.
Yeah. And firewoodking, you'll be moving on to 4 and 2. Round 7 will be what determines if you make it to brackets or gonna stop your run there. Are you nervous about anyone you might face up there?
I'm not really nervous about anyone. I've already exceeded my expectations for how well I was going to do this tournament, so I'll take whatever they throw at me.
All right.
Very good, very good.
Although I do want to bring up one more thing to both of you in the booth. What routing mistakes did you feel that I made that were obvious? Because I can look at a few already.
I would have to watch back the video. Nothing comes to mind. I thought both of you did a pretty good job with the routing. It was just really awkward this seed because of how the items were placed.
One thing, I wanted to try to route Bombo's tablet with purple chest, and that never happened. The whole Zora situation could have been routed way better. Especially when I sequence broke Death Mountain to find all the progression up there. I figured there was a good chance that Zora had something. But really, what did you think of the play to check North Dark World before Ice Palace?
You both did this. We both sequence broke Death Mountain, but no. Listen. Ice Palace had 3 items. Checking North Dark World had, 3 items. Technically 4 items because you did 4 Cave. So it was definitely the more heavier choice. I probably would have done the same thing, but you're also in a better seeding than I am. I'm 1 and 4, so I can't say that for myself, but I probably would have made similar plays myself. So,
and I just stayed behind the mic. I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere near the times that even some of the runners are getting.
At least it sounded like it was exciting, probably pretty back and forth.
Oh yeah, pretty back and forth. It could have gone either way here. It just really depended on which places you chose the depth. And it just turned out to be in firewoodking's favors this time.
Yeah, it was both back and forth. You guys like a pretty decent routing from both of you. You both did the similar sequence breaks. You both pretty much followed suit for a little bit in different ways. You guys were diverged, but did the same pretty much routing. You both did left side of swamp. It was pretty decent, pretty even on the routing sides.
Doing left side swamp was another routing mistake. Actually, I just went on autopilot for swamp because I am of the opinion that doing left side, that you want to go to the boss first, and then depending on how many items you have left, if you have 1 item left in swamp on left side, it's not worth going back for, and that was another thing that would have made the difference too.
That's exactly what I did. I went to the boss, there was 1 item, and I did in fact go back for it, and you're right, it wasn't worth going back for.
Yeah, usually if you don't see the map or compass, it's a safe bet to skip left side.
Exactly. And I know all the people that watch me do these on a regular basis. This is why I tell all of you that I am so terrible at routing.
Yeah, left side swamp is definitely one that plagues me. I never go left side swamp, and then my last match, I'm like, I'm gonna do left side. This is gonna be it, and that cost me the race. So it's one of the things that I always switch back and forth. I generally don't do left side first, and so I understand your frustration and difficulty with it. But
yeah, and my routing is not exactly the best either. Because I will say this, I'm consistent, but I usually finish slower than both of you did tonight. That's how bad I am at the rando, and why I chose to stay behind the mic. But anyway, final thoughts to the seed before we start closing this up. From either of you?
I wouldn't call this a garbage fire, but
it kind of teeters on the bad side, yeah. It's not a good seed. It's not a bad seed. It's a mess seed.
Yeah, there are better seeds than this one.
And there are seeds that are also far, far worse.